Hey, this is John from the Bengston Woodshop, and today we're going to be going over Christmas gifts that you might want to give to the woodworker in your life. And starting off is something I use all the time when building tabletops or wanting to cut a straight edge on a piece of plywood or something like this. And this is the Bora clamping system. Now, that clamps out to 50 inches, but they also send this extension that allows you to clamp out to about 100 inches, give or take. This will allow you to cut those 8-foot sheets of plywood with a straight line. I just use a carpenter square to line up my 90 degrees, make sure my square is cut, and then off I go. Another item that I use quite frequently are these Rockler tabletop fasteners. Now these work by simply cutting a groove into the frame, and you're going to screw this piece up into your tabletop. So this will fit right in the groove, it'll screw to the tabletop, and it'll hold it in place. One great thing about this is it allows for wood movement and expansion over different seasons and humidities. Another thing that every woodworker can use in their life is more glue. It doesn't matter the brand, the different types, just get them some glue. Here I have Titebond 2 and 3 for interior and exterior use, but trust me, you can't go wrong. Get them some glue. They sell it in different sizes, quantities, types. Now if you're going to get them some glue, you might as well go ahead and get them one of these glue brushes. They're made out of silicone. They make it quite easy for glue ups. They spread the glue very evenly, and the best thing about it is you don't have to throw this away. Once the glue dries on there, it just simply peels off. It doesn't stick to the silicone. You can reuse this over and over again. And one other feature that it has is it's got this little tiny wedge on the back here, and that's just used to get in and get some of that glue out of those like hard to reach areas after you do your glue up and it's kind of tacky. But this will help in the finishing process. Now another thing we can use as woodworkers, and we can't get enough of, is clamps. So it doesn't matter the make, model, size, shape, get us some clamps. It can be C clamps, F clamps, just different clamps, pipe clamps, you name it, we can use it. Get us some clamps, we'll be happy. Now another item that I use quite regularly is my Kreg pocket hole jig. This jig comes in handy when it comes to joinery. It's quick, easy, allows me to assemble pieces and move on to my next project. Now if you give them that Kreg pocket hole jig, one thing you might want to consider picking up is just this little starter kit full of screws here. They all are different lengths for different types of wood, different types of materials. Just buy that, leave it up to your woodworker to figure that out. I'm sure they'll know what to do with it. Now let's talk safety. I'm sure every woodworker out there, you see them out in the shop and they've got their hearing protection on, their eye protection on, and they're doing everything they can to be safe out in the shop. We'll pretend like that always happens. But one thing that I was doing, I had all the safety precautions and all the safety measures in order, but I was sliding some wood through my table saw, and I had my push stick, and I was going in, and the push stick decided to twist on me and kick back into my hand, and it tore a bunch of skin out of there. Sorry if that's graphic for anybody. But one thing that I wish I would have had, and one thing that I will be buying very shortly, is the micro jig ripper. That will be linked below. I'll show a picture here in a sec. But that thing, from what I can see, what I've done for my research, is it virtually eliminates any kind of kickback and makes your table saw so much safer to use in conjunction with those riving knives and other safety equipment that's already established on this table saw. So do yourself a favor, do your woodworker a favor, and definitely check out one of these items. Safety is number one when it comes to our woodworking. And when it comes to safety, maybe you're trying to have a little bit of fun, maybe listen to some music while you do some of your woodworking. This is called Worktunes. It's by 3M. They sell it at a lot of big box stores. You can also get it on Amazon and other places. There will be a link down below for that as well. They're just Bluetooth compatible, and they have over 30 hours of charge time. If there's one piece that'll make your furniture or your woodworking stand out from anything else, it's how you finish it. Now every woodworker has their own preference, whether they like lacquers and polyurethanes and oils and all this stuff. There's a lot of chemicals in those. One product that I've come to love is this Odie's oil. Now you just take a little bit goes a long way. You can watch all their videos if you want to, but you just take a little bit of this, you put it on the product, you smear it around, make sure it's good and worked in, and then you let it sit for about 40 to 50 minutes, and then you come and buff it all off of there. Now it's a single coat application, and then once you sit there and buff it off, you'll have a butter smooth finish. It'll bring all that rich grain texture out, and you will love it, I promise. So get your Woodworker some of that Odie's oil, and trust me, you can't go wrong. Something you might not be thinking about getting your Woodworker that they can use out in their shop is just a simple deck of playing cards. Now we use these when it comes to making sure our drawer faces are lined up evenly, top, bottom, side to side. You know, we just take and do a little card trick, and next thing you know, everything's evenly spaced and looks perfect. And there's one other item that I can think of that your Woodworker is going to love. It's more of a stocking stuffer, but make sure that you get them some mechanical pencils. Now, if you don't get them mechanical pencils and you get them regular pencils, make sure that you get a sharpener that they can put out in that shop. These pencils get lost all the time. I don't know what it is. Like, it can be sitting right here, and next thing you know, I have no idea where my pencil's at. I'm grabbing for another one. And then I end up grabbing a pen, which I absolutely hate doing because it throws off all my measurements about a 1/16 of an inch. Now, another thing that we would love to have is one of these digital angle finders. Now, you can take these, they're magnetic, and they stick right to your saw blade. And it'll tell us whether or not that blade is sitting exactly 90 degrees or not. And that little digital angle finder will make sure we have perfect cuts every time and save us a lot of hassle down the road when we start assembling. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video, and if there's anything else that you can think of that would make a great Christmas gift for your Woodworker, please comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.